You're watching Yak in Texas, a kayak fishing talk show.
What's happening, Yak in Texas? It's Ty again. Hey, I got some good questions from Brian, Captain Brian from Houston, Texas. I figured, well, might as well answer them on camera. He's getting into kayak fishing. He wants to know a little bit about what to get. So his first question is he's transporting on a Subaru Outback. He wants to do fresh and salt. He's really interested in salt mainly. Live in Houston. Notice the larger kayaks have a rudder, and the Hobie has 3 fins attached. In your videos, you're moving something with your feet. Well, Brian, that's the Mirage Drive system. You'll see the pedals pumping, and it has seal fins underneath. It's based on seal fins, and they torque like this. So you pump like this with your feet, and the fins go like that. So that's what that is, and it does also have a rudder on the back for steering. What advantage is this system? Well, when you're paddling with your feet, your lower body is much stronger than your upper body, so you can go much further and faster, in my opinion. And I go about 4 miles an hour at a trot, 7 miles an hour at a sprint. Your hands are free all the time. You can be talking on the phone, drinking something, and trolling rods. Your hands are free. You can be casting and paddling a bank line. Completely different experience with the Hobie Mirage Drive systems. Love it. I'm a big Hobie fan. The self-propel system native is awesome, but it's a cost factor. Yes, the native pedal system and the Hobie pedal system yaks are more pricey. You're going to spend between $2 and $3 grand on Hobies and the native with the pedal drive, as opposed to regular kayaks, which you can get from $300 to $1,200, somewhere around there. So it's a pricier thing, but if you're coming from the boat world, it's still really cheap. Cost is a factor. Therefore, I want to get the best all-around kayak possible. Here are the kayaks that I've considered. Brian says he's looking at the Hobie Mirage Evolution 11, which is the Hobie. It's the smaller of the Hobie Mirage Drive boats. A Perception 12.5 caster, which is a great bang for the buck kayak. The Moken 10. It's a little higher end. I would suggest staying from 12 foot on up. I wouldn't go down to 10 feet. 10 feet wags a lot. You paddle right, it wags left, paddle left, wags right. 10 foot is kind of hard on you. A lot of the guys that have no 10 foot kayaks upgrade quickly. 12 foot tracks much better. Still small and light to carry around. The longer you get, the faster it's going to go and the better it's going to track. Perception Pescador, he's interested in. Get those at Academy. Those are 12 foot 2s. That's a great introductory yak. Last is a rudder, a must for hitting the salt water. Well, if you're in a regular paddle yak, if you have a rudder, your hands become just a propulsion system, a motor, and then you steer with your feet. So it's a lot. If you don't have a rudder, you're correcting with your paddle, and then you're becoming the motor, correcting motor. With the rudder system, you're just becoming the motor, and you're steering with your feet, which is a lot easier. Also, if you have a little light wind behind you, you can use your feet to drift down a bank line. It's similar to having a Hobie. You're steering with your feet and your hands free. That's what I used to use a rudder for in a regular paddle yak. Well, Brian, I hope this answered some of your questions about getting into kayak fishing. Thanks a lot, Brian, for sending in. Mail me some questions, and I'll try to answer them here on Yak in Texas. Until next time, we'll catch y'all. What?
Ty's signature 30 miles out gear is in. Check it out at 30milesout.com.